Welcome back to the channel. Today we have behind me a 2025 Chevy Trax. This is the LT model, and we're going to be installing a tow hitch on it. And it's a pretty simple job. I want to show you guys how to do this and how to save some money by doing it yourself. So the hitch we're installing on this is a Kurt hitch. We picked this up on Amazon, and it's very easy to install. Let me show you the hardware. So in the hardware kit for this hitch, you get 4 of these. You get these 4 bolts and 4 nuts to go along with those bolts. And aside from that, you get these 4 fishing lines. These fishing lines are for the purpose of sending the bolts through the chassis openings and out of the openings where we need them to be, because you're fishing them from the inside out. So you have to attach these, feed them through, pull them out, and then put the nuts on to hold everything in place. But I'm going to show you how to do it. There are 2 bolts on each side. There's nothing to remove. You don't have to remove the bumper or the exhaust, and it's a very simple job. So let's get right to it. So folks, here we are under the car, looking from the back to the front, just so you have a general idea of what we're looking at. And once you get under here, you want to go to the subframe, which is right here. So you got subframe on this side and right here. Now this hole here is the hole that you're going to use to send the bolts through, and then you're going to fish them out, one here and one here. So there's 2 holes, the one closest to the rear bumper, and then the next one that sits just about a short distance from the opening that we're going to use to send the bolts in. So the fishing lines go in through here, out this way, you screw the bolts on, and then you pull them out this way. Same thing on the other side. Here we are on the driver's side, same scenario. There's the opening, there's the back bumper. Gonna send the bolts in this way, and we're gonna fish one out here and one out over here closer to the bumper. So we're gonna send the threaded part in through that opening. There it is. So we're gonna send it through, and we're just gonna wait for it to pop up over here. And there we go. First line is in. So we're gonna attach the bolt and the lock nut on this, or the lock washer. We're gonna put the lock washer in first. Making sure not to put weight on this. You want to support it so it doesn't pop out from the other end. So we're going to thread this bolt in. Okay. So let's slowly push everything through. So as we start pulling the line from here, you'll see that we're going to get the bolt through, and there you have it. Now the bolt is locked into place with that lock washer behind the subframe. We're going to do the same thing for the other 3 bolts. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and feed the threaded side through that opening, and we're going to pull it out this way. There you go. So we're going to do the same thing we did with the first one. We're going to go ahead and thread on. First we're going to put in, remember, put the lock washer in first, and then the bolt. Always remembering to support the wire, because you don't want to yank it all the way through, otherwise you have to start again. Okay, so this is bolt. This is screwed on all the way. I'm going to put a bend on this and pull it through. And there we have it. Second bolt is in. We're going to do the same thing on the other side. So here we are on the passenger side. As you can see, I put the 2 bolts in, this being the back bumper, and we're ready to put the hitch up. So now we take those fishing wires and we feed them through the opening on the hitch. So now that we got that, we remove the wire get rid of that. And we're going to put the nut on. Hitch up to the opening. So now that everything is attached, we're going to tighten all the bolts using a 17mm socket and ratchet up to 70 foot-pounds, which is what it calls for on this hitch. Hitch is fully installed, 4 bolts, nice and tight, and you're ready to hook up your ball hitch, or in this case, we're going to be putting a step on this more so to reach the top of the truck a little easier, and also to keep people from getting too close, banging up your rear bumper. So now to finish this installation, we are going to attach this step. I will share the link for it in the description below. Now, in addition to the step, we're going to put a clamp here, which keeps everything nice and snug so it doesn't rattle while you're moving. But before we clamp it down, we're going to install a hitch lock. Okay, so that lock is on, and as you can see, I can't pull it out right now, so we're good. The last thing to do is to put this steel plate on here, which is going to tighten everything up so it doesn't rattle around as you're driving. And this is installed using a flat washer, a lock washer, and a nut. You're going to put 2 sets of these, one on either side, and you should be good to go. So let me bring you guys up close so that you can see what it looks like from underneath. That is the steel plate holding everything in place so there's no rattle. Okay, now to completely finish this installation, we're going to use a 19mm socket. We're going to tighten up the nuts on this steel plate just enough so that they're snug and the step doesn't rattle. You don't have to torque these, just nice and snug. And now we're all done. As you can see, it looks really nice and it fits very well. It's definitely a do-it-yourself job.